You got people out there that talk about change, talk about making a difference, protesting for different things, talking about what matters and what doesn't matter. But, you know, how many folks are out there really fighting for peace, trying to change, trying to make a difference? You know, I don't know, but folks need to work together, you know, and you don't need the president to tell you that. You don't need black leaders to tell you that. You don't need, you know, celebrities to tell you. You don't need me to tell you, you know. It's there. But I think we as people, we choose, you know, what we choose. And folks get emotional and gravitate towards what they want to gravitate towards. You know, I say think for yourself. See truth for yourself. Look for what's out there and see it, you know, with your own eyes. And realize, you know what it is to be realized about, you know, what this violence, you know, does in our communities, you know, in our country, you know, in this world. You know, it's just my thoughts. And realistically, it doesn't solve anything. It just perpetuates a cycle of violence. Barbarism begets barbarism, conflict begets conflict, and war begets war. Some people profit off of stuff like that and, you know, benefit from, you know, things being divisive and folks being in strife and having racial and police divisions and stuff like that. I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in walking around my neighborhood worrying about if I'm going to have problems with the police. On the flip side too, it doesn't help for, you know, police officers to kill, you know, innocent folks or unarmed folks, you know, because you're afraid or scared or anything like that, you know, and you know, any of the deaths are not excused, you know, regardless of the fact, you know. It's all sad, it's all a shame. We all lose, you know, be it a police officer getting killed, be it all, you know, a civilian, unarmed civilian, or armed civilian, license to carry, however you know, swing it. And to nitpick, you know, what does that say about us as humanity? You know, what does that say about us as a society? Where are we going with all this stuff? You know, so when we have, you know, differences, we just come at each other, we just get emotional about it, we just kill each other, and then this is what the future has left, you know. I mean, we have all this technology, but not the understanding, not the willingness to deal with each other in a peaceful manner. How does that work? How does that even make sense? And then when, you know, people do speak out about it, if they do, you know, they're looked at as if, you know, you're a heretic or lunatic or, you know, you're a fool, you know. But how do we come to peaceable solutions if folks are being gunned down? And then it's a shame for some folks to say, you know, the cops deserve it, or it's a shame for those people on the other side saying that the cops killed, you know, that they deserved it. You know, who are we to say who deserved what? Who are we to say, you know, that anybody has the right to take anybody's life in this world? You know, but folks feel that way, you know, that they realistically, no violence can be excused. Be it like peace officers, police officers, military folks, whoever being killed, you know, senselessly, you know, instead of actually trying to come to some kind of solution, a peaceful solution, a resolution. Because whether we like to believe it or not, we need each other in this world. You need folks to keep the peace, you know. You need folks to be there to stop acts of terrorism. You need folks there to be first responders, and, you know, community representatives, and, you know, respond to domestic disputes. You know, it doesn't make sense to kill the people who are going to help you, you know, when it comes time, you know, to protest, even if you protest against. Then there's the real pertinent question. What do you tell the youth or tomorrow, you know? What do you tell the future, you know, when you have differences with each other, be it based on race, creed, religion, you know, political, geographical background, whatever it is. Kill each other, you know? It's like, as a society, how are we better for it, you know? I mean, what does it solve? You know, do the bodies come back? You know, do the problems get solved? I mean, do people get justice that way? It's like, what does it solve if everything is an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth? And you know the rest. I think it was Lincoln that said, President Abraham Lincoln was 16th president, if I'm not mistaken, that said, united we stand, divided we fall. So I guess the question is, who wants to keep folks divided? You know, who wants to stop them from uniting? Because united, a lot of these problems could be solved. You know, it doesn't have to be one thing after the other. One senseless killing, one controversy, one scandal after another, after another, after another, after another. So we misdirect it to the issues or the symptoms of the real issues. You know, not to say that the lives lost are not important, but they're stemming from other things that are not being addressed. Stemming from things that people don't really want to tackle because they're afraid of losing, of sacrificing, and really having to go through the things that they need to do for things to change. You know, maybe I'm crazy. Like I said, you don't have to watch this. You don't even have to pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing terroristic. I'm not saying nothing, you know, evil with any intent to harm anybody. But I want people to think, hey, what's going on here? You know, why these issues keep coming up? Why are no solutions really being given? Why are folks sitting on their hands? Why are statements being made and people, you know, getting outraged, but nothing really changing? Things still happening. Even once I finish editing this video or putting this video out, or somebody sees it or ignores it or whatever they do, somebody else is probably being shot and killed right now. And folks is giving the regular statement, prayers and condolences, but those prayers and condolences don't stop it from happening again if folks are not willing to really deal with the issues and change and do what needs to be done. So we get misdirected to Black Lives Matter, to, you know, the police brutality, you know, to, you know, whatever race wars are going to happen, you know, and, you know, the things that are not the central issue. You know, about loving each other and caring about each other and seeing our differences and appreciating each other for who we are. But we'll see. We'll see what. Some people may see this and say, that man doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He doesn't know what's going on. And like I said, I'm not having conversations with these folks. I don't have any hardcore evidence. But when you see the shootings in your neighborhood, you know, and you start adding up the numbers, you tell me. It's like, I can't sit here and say for sure, you know, everything is just gonna stack up in order and it lines up to where you see it. But when you look at these things, you know, what's happening as far as the racial divisions, the sale of guns, the media coverage, you know, the political figures involved, you know, who sets the game from these things. Now, all my facts and figures are not spot on, but like I said, there are people that stand to profit from the division. So why would you want certain divisions to stop? Especially if gun sales go up, media coverage is through the roof, and certain politicians still get to keep their job. You know, why would you want it to change? Why would you want it to be different? Of course, in the open, you say what you have to say. You get out in the press conference and do what you have to do. But if you really wanted it to change, it would be systemic. You know, folks wouldn't be in office. But it continues.